Welcome back to Let's Play Madden 98. I am playing as the 98 Dallas Cowboys, and we are undefeated at 5-0. And we head in to take on our rivals, the Washington Redskins, who are in the midst of a very mediocre season. The only thing to really note is that the Cowboys' former offensive coordinator, Norv Turner, is the Redskins' head coach. And he did have a knack, historically, for undermining the Dallas Cowboys when he was there in Washington. I shall kick. So I like to kick off for my home games so that I can receive the ball in the second half. I think that helps me get a score to start the second half. Sometimes on away games I will receive so that I can try to get a lead earlier on. I think I might be deluding myself, but I do think the Madden engine responds to momentum, and stealing teams' momentum early in games on away games is really helpful. So that's the discrepancy. Still, even for away games, I still might prefer to receive in the second half. I'm trying to remember which Westbrook that was. I guess Michael Westbrook, I think, played for the Redskins. Oh man, their West Coast offense is burning me. Well, that wasn't really a West Coast play, nor do the Redskins run a West Coast offense at this point. In fact, I think they might have Stephen Daniels in their backfield, and they would have run a similar offense to the Cowboys of the 90s at this point. I still have serious problems defending the pass. Blew up that screen effectively. I'm trying to load up my secondary as best I can, but I still feel very vulnerable to the random pass completion. Of course, I try to exploit that myself in my own offense, so I can't fault the computer for using it too. Well, I tell you one thing I would never do in this game is throw the ball behind the line of scrimmage. This game has a certain proclivity or favor of providence for fucked up plays that go awry, and passes that go behind the line of scrimmage could easily turn into fumbles with the way that plays shake out in this game. So that Redskins third down play is something I never would have called. So I guess you can tell in Madden I'm not a fan of screens at all. At least this version of Madden. Well, the Redskins are seriously committed to the run, so I audibled to a passing offense. If I had gotten the ball out sooner, I think I could have completed that to Michael Irvin. I liked where the Redskins defensive players were, so I snapped the ball as quickly as I could. They were transitioning between plays and a little bit out of alignment. So I'm going to go against my normal grain and call a counter play, but then it's going to be in line with my normal grain because it's going to be to my fullback. So a little bit of unusualness all around. Two wrongs make for 2-yard gain. Not my most effective play call. So all the Redskins defenders are gathered towards the right. I'm actually going to attack that gap between the two linebackers pretty effectively. Last game, I mentioned running the halfback draw out of the shotgun. I'm actually going to call that again on 2nd and 2. This is kind of a risky play, but they could believe I'm going to pass on 2nd and 2. Oh, a hold. Look at how many guys I pancaked. I wish I could have taken advantage of it because on the left side I had collapsed the whole line. So I'm going to go in an aggressive pass formation. The Redskins are really poorly equipped to defend this right now. I'm going to go back to my plan. I don't really know how to say. Looking at that really quickly, it looks like the cornerback didn't turn around. He didn't know where the ball was. Irvin had a little bit of separation. Michael Irvin has an outstanding football awareness as represented in the Madden engine, and I think because of his football awareness, he always knows where I'm going with the football, and it seems like the defenders just can't keep up with that sort of connection. And so that's why I believe my deep passing to Michael Irvin is so effective, but also so essential really to my offense right now. I don't like my other receivers. The guys on the right-hand side are I consider unreliable. About as bad as that kick was. That's comical. They have Stephen Davis on the kick return. He was actually a star running back for this Redskins team. He was a ground and pound dude, not a fast guy, not a guy you'd want on kick return. And because he was the lead back, you wouldn't want to block him either. blitz Darren Woodson. Bring him. He's the safety. SS Fire. Well, now that I see where their tight end is, I wish they were calling something else. But my only sacks so far this season have come from blitzing Darren Woodson. I wish there was some way to flip the defensive play calling. I don't think I know anyone that's ever blocked a field goal in Madden 98. Alright, if you've been watching my Let's Play videos at all, I think you know what I'm going to do on first down to start my drive. First off, I'm exploring the Redskins defense. They're in the zone defense. It looks like they're going to feign blitz. They did blitz. There's a holding flag. There's a holding flag on my wide receiver on the right hand side. The guy I was just explaining that I don't trust or like him. And now I'm missing my most important player. While I've faced this football season on Emmitt Smith so far, I hope that he recovers pretty quickly. I'm a big proponent of welcoming your players into the fire, so I'm going to run my backup running back immediately. Sherman Williams did not have a great career in reality for Dallas. I'm hoping as a backup in Madden he's actually okay. I guess I'll find out. He looked pretty slow on that play, to be honest. I am not looking forward to it. Well, I have to pass my way to victory. I am in the wrong formation for it. This is awesome. Michael Irvin is in one-on-one on the left side. Michael Irvin is the biggest yards per catch wide receiver in NFL history at this point. I am sure of it. Alright. I am really disappointed to be missing Emmitt Smith. In reality, Emmitt Smith never missed a game start in his career, or only missed 2 or 3 or 4 games in his career. So I'm hoping he's back real fast. Sherman Williams, at least doing something in his introduction to the NFL. If you know me, you know how committed I am to running the ball, even with these backups. One reason it's so possible to score in 2-minute drill in Madden is because how fast you can change out players from the sideline, when in reality you can't actually switch between a goal line and a 4 wide receiver offense as fast as I did. Oh, he was so close. That was a really good interception. The cornerback dropped off. The safety came over. I was very close to having a touchdown, but instead he saved it at the last minute. Missing Emmitt Smith, I am reeling, actually. I hope I can just slow them down and still take a second half break. Go into halftime with a lead still. Come on, defenders. Inbounds. So by tackling him inbounds, I forced them to use a timeout. Otherwise, the clock would have stopped on its own. The Madden AI in '98 is very bad about end of clock management. So when time's running out, the computer will often not be able to get a play off when it counts. That was not the defense I was looking for. I want to run a lot of zones, but I don't want to keep Deion Sanders short. That's my main problem with a lot of zone defenses, is the way they make my best player, like Deion Sanders, stay up near the line of scrimmage. Hey, that's Alvin Harper, famous Cowboy alumni. He signed a big second contract with the Redskins that he never lived up to. Once again, I'm running cover 3. I want to try to get some pressure in the backfield. There's so many offensive players over here. That was a terrible play call. Coach lets you down again. Call this one a Landry loss. That's when your head coach gets so creative with his scheme, he puts his players out of position and they fail. It's on the head coach though. And for the first time, no, for the second time this year, and the second time in a row, 2 games in a row, the Cowboys will be down at halftime. And is this, both games were at home, no less? This is bad. I've got to figure out how to stop the pass, or else I'm not going to win the Super Bowl. Wow, you don't see even near the domination you normally see out of my performances. I threw that interception and that cost me a score and led directly to a Redskins score. That's got to be the play of the game, is that one interception. Well, I'm not sure why they're showing my season totals. Alright. Second half, I'm going to hope Emmitt Smith is back. That is my one wish. I'm pretty screwed without Emmitt Smith. Sherman Williams might have some talent. He is really lumbering. I mean, I thought Emmitt Smith had speed issues. He is great at bouncing off tacklers and all that. But Sherman Williams doesn't bounce off tacklers, and he doesn't get yardage in chunks either. No Emmitt. Well, someone thought he was a second-round pick. Let's find out why. I can tell you what happened on that play. My awesome offensive line made that happen. If you ever wanted to know what the Dallas Cowboys 90s offensive line would have done without a Hall of Fame running back, then we're about to find out, because this is the best offensive line that Madden can conceive, and I'm running with definitely a plan B running back right now. Alright, it's time for me to look at my depth chart. "9 weeks, upper arm fracture." That's going to be playoffs when I get him back. If I make the playoffs. Alright, it's time for me to manage my substitutions. Herschel Walker is my backup. I don't think that could have been better timed. To tell you the truth, Herschel Walker was a mixed bag as a Dallas Cowboy with crazy undue influence on the history of the NFL, really. I think the first player to take $1 million contract as a junior coming out of college. Let's see if this old man can do some speed work on the edge. Alright, we have him just where I want him. Oops. I'm not kidding about see what we can do on the speed with the edge. Apparently nothing. Wow, Herschel Walker's a superhero to get 1 yard. Is this it? Is our hero done? Took me a while, but I found Michael Irvin over the middle. Alright, Herschel Walker's obviously a little past his prime. Not the guy they once traded 3 first-round picks for. But let's see what we can do. I remember him winning some games for Dallas Cowboys in this year. Oh man, a 7-yard loss. And my running backs can't do anything. Alright, this is going to be a new kind of story, a tale of how the Dallas Cowboys overcame a terrible injury. Michael Irvin, my playmaker. You're there when I need you, and I'm going to need you from here until week 16 when Emmitt Smith gets back. And it's good. I think so far Sherman Williams actually looked better than Herschel Walker, so I'm going to have to reverse that substitution. If there's one thing Herschel Walker actually still did have, even in 1998, that dude was still fast. He always seemed to have that extra gear. It's kind of not cool that they represent him as slow in this game. I'm sending some blitzers. Hopefully it doesn't backfire. I got a penalty against them. Oh, it was a one-on-one tackle and the running back made it. I really did have a chance to stop them short. I'm disappointed it didn't happen. Alright, it's never mattered more now. No Emmitt Smith. I can't just run the ball down their throat. I have got to make some defensive stops.
44, 35.
I feel very fortunate that that was an incomplete pass. I'm going to do something I don't normally do and run a defense that is inappropriate for my players. And I'm hoping to break some tendencies I have. My feeling is they'll go for 2. I don't know that I've ever been down in the fourth quarter this whole year. Can Troy Aikman lead a come from behind victory with less than 5 minutes on the clock?
You'll remember that number.
My question right now, do I think I could possibly win the game without having to go to overtime? Without having to kick 2? Ooh, that guy undercut my pass in the way I described how. Obviously, my new circumstances, I have to attack using every pass catching option I have. This is my play action pass. I have one? I didn't know I had a play action pass. Oh, if I could only have gotten that. Michael Irvin was so open. I'm having to pass now, and the play of the game is my interception. You're right. If this season has been all about Emmitt Smith, and that play was all about Michael Irvin. All right, Sherman Williams, this is your turn. Herschel Walker. Where are my substitutions? I must have to wait. Alright, there's one thing about Sherman Williams. He seems like he sheds tacklers and he keeps plodding forward. So, going... Oh, man. My running backs are not helping me right now. Alright. Alright, I believe I have to go for it. What do I want to do? I'm looking at my tight end here. My tight end on the left side. You see, I don't think anyone's going to try to cover him. I was right. They blitzed the guy that was going to cover him. This game is not over. It is time for some special teams badassery. Alright, Dallas. It is time to take these dudes down. My main strategy is dropping my elite secondary deep into coverage in the hopes that more zone coverage deep will prevent these deep passes that have destroyed me. Man, they can run all day for all I care. But I want to call my plays fast enough that maybe I'll get the 2-minute warning to stop the clock. Hike the ball, come on. They didn't hike it. attack mid.
25. Red. 36. 35. 24. 46. 36. 34. Green. 24. 44.
Wow. I was surprised they passed. I'm going to watch out for a fake punt.
44. Green. 4. 26. You'll remember that number.
Alright, this is the Troy Aikman Express. All aboard. All aboard the train to touchdown town. See, they are in a remarkably run-oriented defense.
Now that's concentration.
He beat the safety one-on-one for that catch. Alright. In this route tree, my receivers need a double move, so I'll have to like hold on to the ball just a little bit longer than normal, I think. I was right. It took him about 2 seconds to shake the second defender. Watching that in replay, you'll see how he was covered by 2 guys, even smothered. I was worried he was going to get open, and then he managed to peel away from 1 defender and catch that.
And it's good.
Man, when I want to impose my will with a pass, the Dallas Cowboys really do respond. Redskins are my most heated rival, so screw you, Redskins. In this play, I'm going to manually take my cornerback deep.
You'll remember that number.
The prevent. I normally, sometimes you just got to call it. There's just no other defense to call sometimes.
34. 34. You'll remember that number.
Back with the prevent. They had a big completion on the prevent last time. Hopefully I don't regret this again. I'm going to drop these guys back into coverage. Oh. This is some of the worst play calling at the end of a game that I could imagine. Alright, clock, keep going. 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Game over. Can't believe I lost my star running back, the guy I based my entire game plan around. Every week, it's always Emmitt Smith. These other running backs just can't hang. And look at my rushing yardage, only 68. I am lucky I have Troy Aikman and Michael Irvin on my team, or else this Cowboy franchise would be sunk already. Alright, and that wraps up an exciting Week 7 of NFL action. Can the Cowboys get by without Emmitt Smith, predicted to be out until the playoffs? I guess you'll have to stay tuned for Week 8 when the Cowboys take on the exciting Jaguars, who actually were a pretty good team back in 99 and 98. They defeated the Broncos in the 1997 playoffs and made it all the way to the AFC title game. And then in 1998, they also made the playoffs, but were bounced by the Broncos, who went on to win the Super Bowl. Well, stay tuned. That's for next week.